2 wins away from a place in next season's Champions League. Juventus will play their final home game of the 2025-26 campaign as Fiorentina pay a visit today. Only 3 points separate the second to fifth placed ranked clubs in Serie A, and Juventus sit third before the penultimate match day. Juventus have arrived at a vital stage in the fight to reach Europe's top competition, and crucially, they hold their destiny within their own hands. 1 point above AC Milan and fifth place Roma, with Como 2 further behind. Luciano Spalletti's side can seal a top 4 finish by winning their 2 remaining fixtures. Despite missing a hatful of chances and drawing the ire of the frustrated head coach, Juve beat Lecce 1-0 last week when Dusan Vlahovic scored the winner after only 12 seconds. Unbeaten in 11 games across all competitions, the Bicolore also boasts the best defensive record of any team in Europe's top 5 leagues over the past 9 match days. Whilst they may lack some sharpness up front, Juventus have conceded just twice during that period, keeping an impressive 7 clean sheets in the process. So with only 1 league defeat in Turin this season, Spalletti's men will expect to take care of business on this Sunday morning. President also suggests Juve should start as strong favourites, having lost just 1 of their last 17 home games against Fiorentina. The sole reverse was when Vlahovic scored for the Viola in a shock 3-0 victory. Yet, after losing 3 consecutive meetings without even scoring, Fiorentina are unbeaten in the club's last 3 contests, including a 1-1 home draw in November. Though they are finally confirmed survival last time out with a grim goalless draw against Genoa, their fans will demand maximum effort against Juventus, one of the Tuscans' team's bitterest foes. After an awful start to their 2025-26 campaign, Fiorentina's main objective switched from qualifying for Europe to staying afloat in Italy's top tier, and they have ultimately done so with 2 rounds remaining. The Viola have already accrued 25 points in the second half of this season, 12 more than throughout the first, and that is the biggest increase across Serie A. Despite rescuing a team that was stuck in the drop zone on his arrival, head coach Paolo Vanoli is still expected to depart, so he will be keen to sign off on a high. However, after 3 draws and a 4-0 defeat against Roma, Vanoli's side will travel to Turin without a win in 4 games since exiting the Conference League quarter-finals. So the 2 teams line up as follows. For Juventus, in goal for them is Michel Di Gregorio. It's back 3 of Pierre Kalulu, Bremer and Lloyd Kelly. Weston McKennie and Andrea Cambiasso are expected to line up as the 2 wing-backs, whilst Toon Koopmeiners and the captain Manuel Locatelli will be in midfield, with Francisco Conceição and Kenan Yildiz behind the lone striker for them, Dusan Vlahovic. For Fiorentina, in goal for them is David De Gea. It's back 4 of Marin Pongracic, Luca Ranieri, Dodo and Robin Gosens are the 2 fullbacks, whilst Marco Bresciani, Nicola Fagioli and Sher Endor are the 2 either side of him in the midfield, whilst Manus Solomon and Fabiano Parisi lead the line alongside Roberto Piccoli. That means on the bench for Luciano Spalletti's side, the 2 sub-goalkeepers are Mattia Perin and Carlo Pinsoglio. They're alongside Federico Gatti, Emil Holm, Juan Cabal, Filip Kostic, Vasilj Adzic, Kefren Turam, Fabio Miretti, Jeremy Boga, Edon Shagrova, Lois Openda, Okidikush Milik and Jonathan David. Whilst on the bench for Paolo Vanoli's side, the sub-goalkeeper is Luca Lazzarani. He's alongside Oliver Christiansen, Pietro Camuso, Luis Balbo, Daniel Regani, Rolando Madragora, Giovanni Fabian, Niccolo Fortini, Riccardo Braschi, Albert Goodmanson, Jacopo Fazzini and Jack Harrison. So the two teams are out. The two respective captains are, of course, Manuel Locatelli and David De Gea, have just shook hands with the referee, Mr. Davide Massa, one of the more well-known referees at this level. Actually refereed the semi-final of the Europa League this season. He also refereed Aston Villa in their last 16 tie against Lille. You will have seen him refereeing in the Champions League as well. This is his 240th Serie A fixture today. Last time he oversaw a Juventus game was just last month as they beat Genoa in a 2-0 victory, and he actually refereed Fiorentina last weekend in a 0-0 draw with Genoa. And that was a rare game where we saw no yellow or red cards. But we are about to get underway here at the Juventus Stadium. Looks to be pretty packed with about 40,000 supporters inside the stadium here in Turin. So we are about to get underway. Luciano Spalletti and Paolo Vanola, the two managers overseeing this game, of which it is certainly a bigger game for the hosts as they look to seal Champions League qualification for next season, which would be a huge thing for them. Juventus in their traditional zebra-like kit with black and white stripes on the tops, white shorts and white socks, whilst Fiorentina are in an all-purple kit. So Davide Massa in his yellow top, black shorts and yellow socks gets us underway by blowing his whistle, and Fiorentina can send an early ball back to their goalkeeper David De Gea, who will launch it up towards Roberto Piccoli, which is going to be headed away by Locatelli. Piccoli will pick it up. He'll go out to the right side with Parisi. Parisi out to Dodo. Dodo, the right fullback for Fiorentina. He's all the way back towards Nicola Fagioli, player that once played at Juventus and signed this summer in a 12 million deal moving to Fiorentina. Ball comes all the way back to Marin Pongracic. Pongracic will go to Luca Ranieri, and Ranieri will switch it out to the far side, trying to find Parisi, but puts a little bit too much on it, and it will run out for a throw. Luciano Spalletti stands there looking very smart in a black suit, white shirt. He's made a decent impact since taking over. A man who, of course, won the Serie A title as the Napoli manager back in 2023, and then he made the controversial move to become the Italian head coach. He's only once met Paolo Vanoli, that was earlier this season, in which it ended in a draw between the two sides. He's made a decent impact as the Juventus manager, 37 matches in charge, 20 wins, 11 draws, just the 6 losses since he took over for Spalletti. Of course, he's managed nearly all of the big clubs out here in Italy. He's also managed, as mentioned, Napoli, Inter Milan and Roma. He's been in charge since October of 2025 as he took over from Igor Tudor, who of course was at Tottenham Hotspur earlier this season. So here is Bremer on the ball. He comes out to the right side to Pierre Kalulu. Bremer will go back to his goalkeeper in all orange, Michel Di Gregorio. He'll find the Englishman, Lloyd Kelly. Kelly will give it to Manuel Locatelli, and Locatelli will just switch it out to this far side. It's going to be touched down by Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz on the ball. Will come inside and will try and send it on towards Dusan Vlahovic, and it will just run all the way through towards the goalkeeper David De Gea in his all yellow goalkeeper kit. David De Gea will just send it out to the left side towards Robin Goossens, and then De Gea will just launch it up in the air. That'll be headed away. It will run through towards Luca Ranieri. Ranieri will give it to Goossens on this left flank. Come back to Ranieri, and he'll send the first time ball over the top, and it'll just run out for a throw, of which Pierre Kalulu comes over to take. Luciano Spalletti on the edge of his dugout, shouting out instructions. It'll be launched forward by McKennie. Headed away, it's going to go back into the central defender now, and he will launch it up in the air and run all the way out. Paolo Vanoli, who is expected not to remain as the Fiorentina head coach, despite keeping them safe from relegation. He was previously the assistant manager to Antonio Conte. Conte was at Chelsea. He also had a spell out at Spartak Moscow as the manager. So here it is on the right side with Bremer. Bremer comes back into Locatelli. Locatelli will go out to the left flank. Now it'll just be played towards Toom Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners tries to bring it down under his control. It'll run all the way through, and David De Gea will now just launch it up in the air. It's a long ball up. It's going to run all the way out to the right side to where Parisi is. Parisi on the ball, as he's just trying to take on the left full-back down there, Weston McKennie, but he ends up just dribbling out of play. And Michel Di Gregorio will just put it down. And it will go all the way out for a throw. So Robert Goossens goes inside towards Fagioli. Fagioli will give it to Bresciani. Bresciani will give it up towards Roberto Piccoli. Piccoli out to the right flank. Well touched down by Mana Solomon. Solomon will drive inside on the right side of the box now, trying to pull it back to the edge of the box, but Weston McKennie will just block it off for his team. Now it's Juventus on it. Will come all the way back towards Lloyd Kelly. Kelly will switch out to the right side towards Pierre Kalulu. Kalulu will give it to Francisco Conceição. Conceição will just bounce it out to this right side. Headed inside by Kalulu. And now Fiorentina can come forward. Here is Bresciani. Bresciani out to the right flank, finds Parisi. Parisi will bring it down under his control. He's going to cross it in. Blocked off by Andrea Cambiasso, who's out on that left side. Fiorentina still with it. Parisi gives it into Bresciani. Bresciani comes back into Pongracic. Pongracic to Luca Ranieri. Now Robin Goossens. We'll just play it back towards Ranieri. Robin Goossens on the ball. Comes into Bresciani. Very patient on the ball. And there they are. And goes out to the left side towards Mana Solomon. Now Goossens inside to Bresciani. This is fantastic footwork by him. And then as he was driving forward, he is well tackled. As it will come all the way through. Pongracic is just stronger than the attacker for Juventus, Dusan Vlahovic. And then there's a foul that goes in there just 7 minutes into the game. And it is going to be a free kick, as it is number 65, Parisi, is brought down. Dusan Vlahovic is complaining because he felt that he was bundled over by Marin Pongracic. I'm not sure he was, to be fair, so I don't think he can really have any too serious complaints. So the goalkeeper, Michel Di Gregorio, just trying to organise his wall in front of him. There's a couple of Fiorentina players just stood over the ball at the moment. So we're waiting for it to come in. As Juventus' defensive line's about 12 yards out, it's going to be floated towards the back post, aimed towards Pongracic, and it is deemed to have come off him. He's complaining to the referee, Davide Massa, because he certainly felt that it shouldn't have been that, but they will now get forward on it, and they've got it in the midfield. And it comes out to the left flank. And it'll come back into the central defender now. So he will just force it out to this left side. And now it's out with Cambiasso. Cambiasso will give it into Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners will give it to Cambiasso, who will fire it across, but it will all go to where Marin Pongracic is. So now it's Parisi who will come forward down the right flank. He's going to try and take on the Juventus team, and he is just held on to by Weston McKennie, who has become a bit of a cult hero here at Juventus. The American will be hoping to start for Maurizio Pochettino's side during the upcoming World Cup, which of course is in their home country. Been with Juventus for 5 years now, contracted until 2030. Today is his 221st appearance for the club. He's actually the first American to play for Juventus, and he won the Coppa Italia with him, but he is well liked because he will play anywhere on the pitch this season. We've seen him play left back, right back, defensive midfield. We've seen him play as the attacker midfielder. We've also seen him play as one of the front two. We've seen him play out wide as a winger. He can just play absolutely anywhere, can Weston McKennie, and that is why Luciano Spalletti absolutely loves him. As Dodo is on the ball on the right side, pulls it across. Well defended by Lloyd Kelly, but then Cambiasso can't clear the ball away. Fiorentina with the ball on the byline. It's Andrea Cambiasso who will just boot the ball out, and it is Parisi who will do well just to see it out for a throw for his side. Davide Massa just telling them where they need to take the throw from. So Dodo makes his way over. So it was just bundled out there. And it is back with Pongracic. Pongracic into Luca Ranieri. Luca Ranieri on the ball. And will come inside, and just going to be blocked off by the Fiorentina defender. And then it's Manus Solomon who goes down this left side, but it's a really good strong challenge going in by Manuel Locatelli. There is Fiorentina with it. Goes into Nicola Fagioli. Fagioli into Sharon Dorr. Just tries to move it out to the right side to Dodo. It's just going to be a throw for Juventus. Lloyd Kelly will go back towards Bremer. Bremer back into Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly will go out to the left side, finding Andrea Cambiasso, and this is the first spell of the game that we're really seeing Juventus just looking after it now. As it goes up, and now it's with Locatelli all the way out to the left flank with Cambiasso. Cambiasso will give it to Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz will drive inside now, and he comes back into Bremer. Bremer into Pierre Kalulu. Kalulu just plays it inside. It's going to be dinked up towards the striker Dusan Vlahovic, who felt he was being wrestled to the ground by Marin Pongracic, the former Fiorentina man. Vlahovic just looking quizzical towards the referee. Yeah, Pongracic got a hold of him, but Vlahovic has also got a hold of the shirt of the Croatian, so I think it's the right decision for Massa just to allow play to carry on, as it's Robin Gosens on the left flank. He moves it out towards the Israeli international Manus Solomon. Here is Solomon with it. He's on the left side of the box now. We'll pull it back. This is a good opportunity here, and the shot is well blocked off by Bremer, and now there is an opportunity for Francisco Conceição to bounce forward with the ball. He'll come back. It's all the way back towards Manuel Locatelli. Locatelli on the ball. Comes out to the left side. Luciano Spalletti still shouting out instructions down there. And then it's just going to go all the way out to the left flank now. Here is Lloyd Kelly on the ball. He'll play it inside. Kelly will play a quick 1-2 with Coop Miners. Cross goes in. Blocked off by Pongracic. Now it's out on that left flank. And then it's going to be delivered in. It's potentially going to be well cleared by Marian Pongracic. And then it's the Juventus defender Lloyd Kelly who will retrieve the ball. He'll go all the way out to the left side. And then it's going to be switched out onto this right side where Francisco Conceição is. He'll bring it down well. He's going to bring it back to the edge of the box. It's going to be a delivery in. Be headed away by Marian Pongracic, and then Robin Gosens will clear it all the way up towards Roberto Piccoli. And then Juventus can come back into Locatelli. It's aimed towards Weston McKennie. It's unable to find him. And it's now back on the right side with Francisco Conceição. It's going to be a left-footed effort at goal. Well blocked off by Marian Pongracic. Now Juventus with it. It's Locatelli from distance, but that is pretty comfortable for David De Gea to save. The goalkeeper in all yellow. It's the two captains testing each other there. Locatelli with the effort from about 35 yards out. It's the first shot on target of the game, but the 35-year-old goalkeeper David De Gea was just comfortably able to save that. He's a four-time winner of the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year, which is the fan-voted best player at Manchester United. And he's renowned as one of the best shot-stoppers of his generation, the man that actually spent a year without playing football after being released by Manchester United. He recovered his career by playing for Real Zaragoza and Cordoba, and now he's the captain for the Violets. So it is Weston McKennie with a little bit of a late foul down there. Locatelli's effort, which was well saved by David De Gea, ended up being relatively comfortable for the goalkeeper, as it is just going to be a free kick for Fiorentina. It'll go all the way back. It's now on the right side with Dodo. Dodo will give it to Pongracic. Pongracic will go up, and it's loosely given away, and now perhaps there's an opportunity for them to come forward, but it's going to be well tackled, and then it's a throw that goes inside and blocked off by the defender Pongracic, who will just launch it up in the air. It's up towards the attacker Piccoli, and now there is an opportunity for Fiorentina to break forward. Here they are on the attack. It's going to be all the way out to the right side. It's aimed towards Parisi. Parisi on the ball. He's in onto his left foot. Still working it well. It'll come all the way back. Now out on the right side. There's Fiorentina on it. Just play it back to the edge of the box. Dodo will cross it in, and it will just be cleared away. And then Fiorentina with it all the way out on the right flank now. It's back with the Fiorentina defender. And then it's all the way up, and it's a lovely pass towards the attacker Roberto Piccoli. He brings it down, gets his shot away, but it was always dragging wide of the goal, and that is disappointing end product actually by the Fiorentina attacker. Just tried his luck from distance. He will be frustrated. So Juventus will just go inside towards Michel Di Gregorio, who will get on the ball. He will launch it all the way up. It's clipped forward. Now out on that left flank. It's going to be a delivery in. It's well aimed into the middle. Isn't able to find any Juventus man. Francisco Conceição will just keep it alive for Juventus though. He will cross it in on that far side. And the cross comes all the way in and it will run all the way out for a goal kick. We've been aiming these crosses in towards Dusan Vlahovic. Haven't quite come to anything just yet in this game. But they've got forward. It's a little bit of a disappointing end product. Ball out on that right side now with Parisi. Parisi on the ball will give it up towards the striker, Dusan Vlahovic, and he just can't sort his feet out. Now all the way out on the right flank is Parisi, and Andrea Cambiasso on that occasion is just a little tight, and he commits the foul. It's actually Dodo who was brought down. Juventus players a bit frustrated by the stop-start feel to the game so far. So Dodo will take the free kick. He just goes back into Marin Pongracic. Pongracic will play it up towards Piccoli. Piccoli will play an awkward ball back to De Gea. He's nearly played Vlahovic in. It's well saved by the former Manchester United shot stopper. Juventus still on the attack. Left side of the box now, aimed towards the right side, well brought down by Francisco Conceição, who goes in to cross it in, and it is well blocked off. But that was really poor play there by Sherendor, who literally just played Dusan Vlahovic in, and if it wasn't for the brave goalkeeping of David De Gea, Juventus would have taken a 1-0 lead, and they'd have all been looking at Sherendor and thinking, what are you doing playing the ball back there? But bailed out by his goalkeeper, David De Gea. So David De Gea just trying to sort out his defensive line here as it's Conceição who's made his way over, preparing to deliver it in. It's going to be aimed all the way to the far post, and it will go through to where David De Gea is. He will bring it down. De Gea will launch it up. Piccoli will flick it on. Lloyd Kelly will clear it up. There is two Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners out to the right flank trying to find Kenan Yildiz. Good strong challenge going in by Robin Gosens. Very strong challenge going in, but he does win the ball, and then Juventus will come forward, and then there is a Fiorentina man that is deemed to have been brought down, according to Davide Massa. Free kick has been given. It's Francisco Conceição who committed the foul. So here they are with it. Fiorentina goes into Fagioli. Fagioli back to Luca Ranieri. Ranieri will force it up, but it will run all the way through towards Lloyd Kelly, and Lloyd Kelly will clip it up, and that will go out to the left side towards Kenan Yildiz, and he's brought down by the Fiorentina defender, Marin Pongracic. And it is going to be the first yellow card of the game by Davide Massa. Last week he refereed Fiorentina in a game against Genoa. He didn't book anyone. And, it does seem a little harsh, because I actually think the Turkish international Kenan Yildiz just seemed to trip up over his own legs. But Marin Pongracic deemed to have caught him, so he picks up our first yellow card of the game. David De Gea certainly disagrees with the decision. It is an early kick-off here in Italy today. The Juventus supporters inside the stadium making some fantastic noise. As he actually goes short with it, goes out to the left flank. It's Going to be crossed all the way out to the right side, brought down by Francisco Conceição. Now Conceição will fire it across, and it's David De Gea. Comes out and catches. Goalkeeping by David De Gea, who will then find Bresciani. Bresciani will launch it up and then comes forward. And then it's out with Fiorentina, and it's going to be clipped up, and now Juventus will move it out to the left side. Here is Juventus with it. It's going to be crossed in by Kenan Yildiz. Will come out to Conceição with the effort, and that is excellent defending by Luca Ranieri. He's just able to chuck himself at the ball to stop them from breaking the deadlock here at the Juventus Stadium. It's back with two Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners will come out onto the right flank. It's now with the Portuguese international, Conceição. Conceição goes down the right side, will pull it across, and it's well blocked off that time once again by Luca Ranieri. Now Robin Gosens can come forward. It's Manus Solomon. Solomon will go into Fagioli. Fagioli with it. And now it'll come all the way back to the goalkeeper, David De Gea, in his all yellow goalkeeper kit. I'll give it to Luca Ranieri. Ranieri will get it all the way up, and then it's just going to be knocked out, and it will be a throw. Conceição has been a constant threat down that left side and down the right side. He's been moving about, but it was a good effort just beforehand, and it was outstanding defending by Luca Ranieri just to chuck himself at the ball. It was a last-ditch block by him. Luciano Spalletti pleased by what he's seen. Well, he's with Fiorentina. Here is Robin Gosens. Gosens will go inside now, and then it'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. He'll get it on the right flank. And it goes back into the midfield with Scherendor. Scherendor will move it out to the left side. Robin Gosens on it now. And look around for his options at who to pass it to. And give it to Nicola Fagioli. Fagioli back to Marin Pongracic. Pongracic will get the ball out. He will launch it up, and then it will come all the way back, and there's David De Gea. David De Gea will send a long ball up to Roberto Piccoli. Piccoli goes inside towards Parisi. Parisi out on the right side. It comes to Dodo. Dodo will carry it forward now. Dodo will go inside and be patient. It's blocked off, and there it's back with Fagioli. Fagioli back with Luca Ranieri now. Luca Ranieri will move it out to the left side to Robin Gosens, and goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Michel Di Gregorio, who will boot it away, and then it'll be launched back and then caught by Di Gregorio. Now it is an opportunity for Juventus to come forward and just run all the way through, and after a heavy touch by Kenan Yildiz, and it'll be comfortable for the goalkeeper David De Gea to go and collect. Making good noise in the stands are the Juventus supporters at the moment. It's back with David De Gea. David De Gea will launch it up, and there is Bremer. Bremer goes inside towards Lloyd Kelly. Now Juventus on the right side, as it's Francisco Conceição coming inside. Inwards to the box, pulls it across, and Nicola Fagioli is able to clear it away, and then He is just caught by the loose tackle of Weston McKennie. So a late challenge going in, catching the Fiorentina midfielder. So free kick will be given. So it's been a decent start to the game from Juve. They certainly have been the better of the two teams so far, but been a pretty tight encounter as well. David De Gea will just give it to Marin Pongracic. Pongracic out to the right side. Now it's with Parisi. Parisi will bring it down under his control, and he is just bundled over by Lloyd Kelly. So a free kick is going to be given, as Parisi tried to come inside, and Weston McKennie was just a little strong. Straight away Parisi is waved towards the dugout as if he has been hurt. Well, that pretty inconsequential contact, really. As play's just stopping here on the half-hour mark. It's a very, very warm day here in Turin. Looks like he might not be able to continue by the looks of things. It's currently 19 degrees, but it's getting warmer throughout the day. Next weekend is supposed to be absolutely boiling. In fact, you got the joy of going to the San Siro as a paying punter in Milan, which I'm looking forward to, especially because AC Milan, it will be a big game for them, considering they haven't sealed qualification for the Champions League just yet. So Jack Harrison is just getting ready to come on. It looks like they are going to be forced into a change here. So Fiorentina will be making it, and we will be seeing Jack Harrison come onto the pitch. So Harrison, who's currently on loan from Premier League side Leeds United, joined during the January transfer window. Started 9 games in the Serie A. This will be his 5th substitute appearance. He was actually the first overall pick in the MLS Super Draft, which is basically unheard of for an English academy product. And he's one of the few English players who took the American pathway before making it back to Europe. He was released as a youngster at Manchester United at 14 years old. And we are going to see Fabiano Parisi, the former Empoli winger, have to be substituted off here, as Jack Harrison will be making his way on for him. Parisi worked as a bricklayer with his father before becoming a Serie A footballer. He gets a round of applause from these Fiorentina supporters, as we will see the Leeds United loanee Jack Harrison come on, and it's concerning here because Parisi's been taken off on a stretcher. So he gets a round of applause as he makes his way off the pitch now, and Jack Harrison is the man who will make his way onto the pitch. So there is Dodo on the right side. He's going to go all the way back towards Marin Pongracic. Pongracic to David De Gea. It's going to be sent down the line and blocked off, and it will now be a throw for Fiorentina. Prancing up and down are the Juventus supporters, who are making some excellent noise down there. There is Dodo, who is going to take the throw. He's going to launch it up. There is Pierre Kalulu. Pierre Kalulu will knock it up, and then it will come up towards Manus Solomon. Solomon to Robin Gosens. Here they are attacking down the left side. Goes inside towards Solomon, and Good strong challenge going in by Pierre Kalulu. It's back out to the edge of the box for Fiorentina. It's going to be clipped over the top, and it will run out for a goal kick, as it was just clipped over the top, and the goalkeeper will go and collect it. Michel Di Gregorio, who will pick it up, and he will put it down. Players either side of him. So on ball up, and it's going to be flicked on down there. And then it's back with the left side as it comes towards Manus Solomon. Manus Solomon will move it out to the right side towards Sher Dor with the strike. And it is Fiorentina who take the lead. 34 minutes on the clock here. And it's Sher Dor who shocks the Juventus home crowd as Fiorentina race into an early lead. And it's against the run of play, really. Juventus, who have played so well today. But it's the 21-year-old who just received it on the right side of the box. And then he slotted it through the legs of Michel Di Gregorio. And the man who joined during the January transfer window on a permanent deal from PSG. He just slams through the legs of Michel Di Gregorio. And 35 minutes on the clock here. It is Juventus 0, Fiorentina 1. And it is a real surprising lead here as Pauno Vanoli's side are looking to address a 4-game winless run. And this could be a result which gives the likes of AC Milan, Como and Roma plenty of hope, as Luciano Spalletti's team are losing, and that could invite the likes of Roma, AC Milan and Como to take the advantage here, as it is just going to be headed away by Pongracic, and it will go out for a corner here for Juventus. We'll bring you up to date with the other Serie A scores when we get the opportunity to do so, as it is going to be a corner with Conceição stood over on that far side. It's just going to be launched in. It goes all the way through towards the edge of the box, and it's an effort on the edge of the box, of which Locatelli was trying his luck and ends up going wide of the goal. It came out to Locatelli. Poor end product by him though, as ball is now out on the right side. It's with the Juventus defenders. Bremer will launch it up, and then it's all the way out on the left flank now. Juventus will take the quick throw. Goes inside now, and it's just going to be clipped over the top for Dusan Vlahovic to go and chase, but Marin Pongracic will just get his body in and see the ball run safely out for a goal kick. But it is Sher Dor who has given Fiorentina the opening goal of this game. Plenty for him to be excited about. Just a fantastic strike by him, straight through the legs of the goalkeeper. Ball is back with Lloyd Kelly now. Lloyd Kelly will just give it to Bremer. Bremer are on the ball. We'll play a quick 1-2. Out on the right side to Pierre Kalulu. Pierre Kalulu to Francisco Conceição. Conceição will just come back to Bremer. Bremer into Lloyd Kelly. They have looked after the ball today, have Juventus. All the way out on that left flank now. Ball just sent over the top towards Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic loses it, and then Dodo can go all the way back towards the goalkeeper David De Gea. David De Gea will clip it out to this right side towards Bresciani. Bresciani will move it out. Now Juventus are back with it. It's with Francisco Conceição. Thought about the early delivery. He's actually going to delay it. Come to the edge of the box. Conceição on the ball. He's going to drive inside. It's a dangerous run. And Fiorentina just able to see it out with Nicola Fagioli, although he's actually well tackled in the end. The man on the right side, Conceição. It's inside now. It's Juventus on that right side. It's going to be a delivery in, headed away. It's back out to the right side of the box with Pierre Kalulu, who will fire it in towards the far post. Dusan Vlahovic nearly headed away. They've got it all the way out on that right side now. Kalulu gives it to Locatelli. Locatelli will swing it into the far post. Dodo will clear away, and the referee has spotted a foul in there, so he will give a free kick. Gracic just brought down. It will be a free kick down there as the ball was delivered in, and they were just caught, so free kick has been given. Paolo Vanoli responded with a fist bump. He was delighted with the way that his side took the lead. It's going to be a long ball all the way over the top. Brought down by Bremer. Bremer will come out to the right side. And will then try and force it forward, but that will be blocked off by Bresciani. It'll be a throw for the captain, Locatelli, to take. Locatelli, who will just throw it all the way back, and it's with Lloyd Kelly now. Kelly will force it up towards Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz on the ball. Yildiz comes inside and it's now knocked on, and this could be a dangerous opportunity for them out on that left flank. It's going to come all the way across to the right side. And then it's just going to be clipped over the top, aimed towards Weston McKennie. Kenny will bring it down. It comes to the edge of the box. It's a great strike at goal, and that is a really good save by Michel Di Gregorio. He was able to make a good stop as it was fired in there, and well saved by Di Gregorio. Made a really good stop, just pushing the ball away with both hands. Good goalkeeping by him. It's going to be a throw for Weston McKennie to take. It's going to come all the way back to Bremer. Bremer will launch it in towards the far post, and it's headed straight towards the goalkeeper, David De Gea, who will come and collect, and then De Gea will launch it all the way up. It's a long ball forward. It's going to be touched down by the attacker down there as they're out with it on the right flank now. Fiorentina can come all the way back. It's with Dodo. Dodo will force it up. It's going to be clipped over the top. Touched down by Dodo. Good touch. It comes to the edge of the box. Effort at goal by Fagioli, but that'll be blocked off, and then Juventus are able to clear away. It's up to Dusan Vlahovic. As it stands, Juventus will be moving down to fourth in the table, so they know they need a win from this game really to put the game in their own hands. Here is Fiorentina now. It's with Fagioli. Fagioli all the way out on the left flank. Robin Gosens with the cross. And he gets caught underneath the ball, and it will run all the way out for a goal kick. It was a poor delivery in, really. So it was fired in, and you say it was just goes out straight for a goal kick. So Robin Gosens just a little bit overzealous in the way that he's challenged for the ball with Toom Koopmeiners bringing him down. So a free kick will be given. So Weston McKennie looks like he will take. Fiorentina just sorting out their defensive line on the edge of their own box. It's going to be clipped over the top and headed away by Marin Pongracic, and now potentially an opportunity for Fiorentina to break forward. Juventus do really well though just to get back in and tackle it away. It's out on the left side now. That's a strong challenge going in, but play continues out on the left flank. Juventus can pull it back to the edge of the box. Can only pull to where the Fiorentina midfielder is, Scherendor, who will play it forward towards Piccoli, and Piccoli is bundled over. Is it a free kick? Looks like it might be. Bremer maybe just a little late. Yeah, it goes down the side of the leg of Roberto Piccoli. You can certainly see why the referee is given the free kick. Bremer, the Brazilian, not happy by the decision of the official. So Bremer has actually picked up a yellow card. So he joins Marin Pongracic in being booked. The referee will ask them to get on with it, so they will, as Pongracic will launch it up towards Piccoli. He tries to play it across the box, but Di Gregorio will just come out and catch. So it's the 5th yellow card of the season for Bremer. We give it to Toom Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners will try and switch it out towards Conceição. You can see that is a real game plan of Juventus, just to try and switch it out to the right side, but touched down on the chest by Robin Gosens, and then clipped over the top towards Mana Solomon. Solomon will go inside towards Fagioli. Fagioli will move it out to the right flank with Dodo now. Dodo out with it, shot at goal, and that's well saved by Di Gregorio, just going down to his right side, getting a good right paw on the ball and able to push it wide of it. So Di Gregorio does really well just to get his hand down and push it wide of the goal. As it is now going to be a corner for the Violets. A bit of an opportunity here for Mana Solomon. Solomon to deliver in. It is just going to be headed in at goal and cleared away by Juventus. It will run out for a throw. Robin Gosens has covered the most distance in this game, 4.6 kilometres, as we've got 2 minutes of additional time left here. Let's have a look at the stats. Juventus have had 8 shots, which is double the amount that Fiorentina have had. 3 on target, 2 on target for Fiorentina, which does seem to show that they've had the similar sort of opportunities. 3 saves from their goalkeeper, but best chance of the game actually for Juventus came from when Scherendor just played the ball back into the path of Dusan Vlahovic, so Fiorentina were nearly their biggest own enemies. Let's have a look at the scores at the moment. So big result for Antonio Conte's side as they are 2-0 up away against Pisa. Scott McTominay and Amir Romani have scored both goals for Napoli, which would put them second in the league. Also a big result at Stadio Olimpico as Gianluca Mancini has scored the only goal of the game against Maurizio Sarri's Lazio, which would put Roma into a Champions League spot. AC Milan are currently still level with Genoa. If it's split in those two teams at the moment, whilst Como are level with Parma. All of the games that matter in the Champions League race kicking off right now, whilst Juventus here are a goal down, which does mean in the live table it would mean Napoli would be on 73 points, Roma would be on 70 points, Juventus would still have that Champions League spot on 68, AC Milan would also be on 68, whilst Como are on 66. So it is incredibly tight in the race for Champions League football at the moment, as David De Gea will launch it up. It's going to go all the way up and then headed away, and it will be knocked on. And Davide Massa is actually going to end it there. 48 minutes played in this first half. Juventus 0, Fiorentina 1. Hello and welcome back to the second half of this game between Juventus and Fiorentina, which is a massive game at the top end of the Serie A, with all of the teams in contention for Champions League qualification playing right now, and with Juventus losing at home against Fiorentina, their destiny at the moment is out of their hands, heading in to the final weekend next week. But they do have another 45 minutes to try and turn their season around here against Fiorentina, who took the lead after the Italian Sher Endor gave Fiorentina the opening goal as he received it on the right side of the box and snuck it through the legs of Michel Di Gregorio to give the Violets a 1-goal lead. So both sets of players are out on the pitch now. Juventus in their zebra-like black and white home tops with white shorts and white socks, whilst Fiorentina are in an all-purple kit today, as we are about to get underway with Davide Massa blowing his whistle, and Juventus can come forward, and it's an attacking start by them as it'll be switched out to the right flank. It's going to be knocked all the way down, and then it is just going to be clipped away, and then it will be out for a throw for Juventus. Weston McKennie. So we'll keep you up to date with the Serie A scores here, as it's Pierre Kalulu who will just cross it in towards Dusan Vlahovic, who's jumped up for it. It's touched down by Jeremy Boga, who's just come on as a substitute. The Dutchman Toom Koopmeiners has made his way off, and the winger Jeremy Boga has come on. His last two games against Lecce and Hellas Verona, he's had to come off the bench as well. His last start came at the end of April in that big game against AC Milan. So Jeremy Boga is on, and we expect that means that Weston McKennie, who we spoke about, can play anywhere on the pitch. He started the game as an attacking midfielder, will now slot back to be a defensive midfielder, and Boga will play out on this left side. And I believe we'll see Kenan Yildiz playing down the middle, as they will come forward with the substitute. Boga gets an effort at goal, and it's well blocked off by the man on the yellow card, Marin Pongracic, who worked hard to get back into position. It was Jeremy Boga just carrying the ball forward for Juventus, getting his shot away, but well blocked off by Pongracic. And it will now be a corner for Juventus, of which Boga will take. The Frenchman is stood over it, currently on loan from Nice, goes short into Conceição, comes to Kenan Yildiz on the edge of the box. Yildiz with it now, he's going to swing it towards the far post, and it is Lloyd Kelly who just gets caught underneath the ball, and it will land on the top of David De Gea's goal, and it will be a goal kick now for De Gea, who plays it to the edge of the box towards Fagioli. It comes all the way back now to Luca Ranieri, and Ranieri will launch it up. It will be touched down by Bremer. Bremer will find Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz will carry it forward for Juventus. It's now with Locatelli. Locatelli can just shift it to Conceição. Conceição back to Pierre Kalulu. Kalulu will play a 1-2 with Francisco Conceição. Still out on that right flank. Robin Gosens will get in. Good strong challenge. It'll get pulled all the way back, and it's with Bremer. Bremer into Locatelli. Locatelli out to the right flank now with Juventus. It's all the way back into the former Sassuolo man. He will launch it up towards Dusan Vlahovic. Headed towards Conceição. Conceição with the delivery, and Kenan Yildiz just gets caught underneath the ball, and it will end up going wide of it, as Yildiz just heads it wide. And it will now be a goal kick. Luciano Spalletti's taking his blazer off now. I'm not sure how he's in a long shirt and pants. It is pretty warm today, 20 degrees. Of course, it can get warm out here in Turin, but for me as an Englishman, it's sweltering conditions inside the stadium, as Dodo has got it on the right side. He just comes back to Fagioli, who will launch it up. That will be blocked off by Weston McKennie, and it will now be a throw for the Violets. We'll, of course, keep you up to date with all of the scores across Serie A today, of which the Champions League qualification is under the microscope. Of course, Inter Milan have already sealed the league title. Ball comes back into the central defender Bremer. He sends an awkward ball back to Lloyd Kelly, can only head it. He's under a bit of pressure by Roberto Piccoli. Francisco Conceição will battle forward, and it'll be a throw for Fiorentina now. It's going to be a throw on that far side. It's all the way back to Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly will play it in towards Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz will play it inside. And now it's Fiorentina who will boot the ball away, and it's going to go all the way up towards Roberto Piccoli. Piccoli will give it to Fagioli. Fagioli out to the left flank, and now it's Fiorentina who will try and come forward, and it's a late challenge, and that will be a foul. Robin Goossens with the foul. It will be a free kick. Kelly just caught the late challenge going in on him, so free kick awarded by the referee Davide Massa. So it will be launched up towards McKennie. McKennie back with it. McKennie with Bremer. McKennie goes inside towards Locatelli. Locatelli into McKennie. Lovely ball up towards Dusan Vlahovic. Will just be blocked off, and now Fiorentina will go down the left side, and this is going to be an opportunity for them to attack. They're on the edge of the box now. Effort at goal, and it has to be saved by Michel Di Gregorio, as it was Manus Solomon who was just coming inside there, got his effort away, but pretty comfortable in the end for Di Gregorio, as Juventus are with it on the right side now. They will come forward with it. Comes into Andrea Cambiasso. Now it's Jeremy Boga. Boga on it on the left flank, will fire it across, and it is Fiorentina who will just boot the ball away for the team. Is going to be blocked off, and we could tell you AC Milan have taken the lead against Genoa, which means Milan will go third, and Juventus, as it stands, will drop out of the Champions League places as Fiorentina will come forward. Here is Manus Solomon with the effort, and the effort is well blocked off by the Fiorentina defender. So that is a big goal in the game at Genoa. AC Milan taking the lead, and Luciano Spalletti's team, they can't afford not to finish in the Champions League places. Roma are currently beating Lazio, which means they'll take that spot. Here is Jeremy Boga coming forward. Boga will try and clip it up, and then Dodo will block it off, and Dodo will just give it to Scherendorf. Defending by Andrea Cambiasso. He goes inside towards Weston McKennie. It's all the way out on the right flank now. Weston McKennie gives it to Locatelli. Locatelli comes across towards Andrea Cambiasso. Cambiasso with Jeremy Boga on this left side. Thought about the early swing into the box. He'll choose to be patient on it though. And clipped up. It surely comes off the hand of the Juventus attacker. Referee will allow play to continue. Eventually cleared away by Marian Pongracic. The referee Davide Massa did put his whistle to his mouth as almost to indicate that he had spotted a foul, shall I say, but for some reason he allowed play to continue. It certainly did look like it came off the hand of Boga. As here is Locatelli on the ball. We'll give it to Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz will give it to Dusan Vlahovic. Now it's with McKennie. Back out to the left side now with Jeremy Boga. Jeremy Boga will come to Manuel Locatelli, their captain. Locatelli out to the right side, and then it will be delivered in towards Dusan Vlahovic. Then it's followed up on the half volley by Jeremy Boga, who can only hit it down the centre of the goal, and it will just be punched away by David De Gea. And it is Piccoli just tried to touch it down, and it was wrestled to the ground. So it was Vlahovic who hit it on the volley. It was blocked off, and then it came to Jeremy Boga, who got his effort at goal, punched away by the goalkeeper. This really is excellent stuff here in Italian football. 5 teams competing for 3 Champions League spots, all kicking off at the same time. Napoli currently beating Pisa by 2-0. Roma are currently beating Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico. Como are drawing with Parma, still 0-0 there. AC Milan a goal up against Genoa, and Juventus here losing at home to Fiorentina. That is a shock result as it stands. So here is Juventus, comes to the edge of the box. It's going to be an effort at goal by Kenan Yildiz, but really poor end product there by the Turkish international as it came to him on the edge of the box, and he just swung an effort towards goal, and he's put too much power on it as it has ended up going over the bar, as David De Gea will take the goal kick. De Gea will look to launch it up for his team. Now De Gea will send a long ball up. Going to be headed by the Juventus fullback. Comes inside now for Juventus. Comes all the way back to Andrea Cambiasso. Cambiasso out to the right flank now. Touchdown by Francisco Conceição. Conceição on it. Got plenty of players in and around him. He'll come to the edge of the box towards Locatelli. Locatelli will find Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz will fire it across out to the right side. Just headed down. There's Weston McKennie. McKennie can force it out to the right flank. Francisco Conceição will come back now. And then they try and force it forward. Sharon Dorr will block it off. Juventus still with it. It's going to be a delivery to come in. It's going to come all the way back, actually. It is with Juventus on the edge of the box. Good ball forward. Played away by Dodo. Run all the way through to where Kalulu is. Kalulu will just give it Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly out to Pierre Kalulu. Pierre Kalulu inside now. It's lovely footwork. There is Weston McKennie with the effort from distance. It's just down the centre of the goal. And it is going to be a comfortable save for David De Gea. Right down the centre of the goal, and he is able just to grab hold of it. As there is Kalulu with up towards Locatelli. McKennie inside to Kenan Yildiz. There is Andrea Cambiasso. It's a good challenge by Sharon Dorr, the solitary goal scorer of the game so far. It's Dodo who will come forward for Fiorentina. He goes out to Jack Harrison on the right flank. Harrison with a left-footed delivery, headed away by Bremer, and now potentially an opportunity for Juventus to surge forward. Here they are on the attack now. Fantastic footwork, shifted out to the right side. It's going to be fired in at goal, and that it's an excellent stop by David De Gea with his left foot. He's able to quickly sort his feet out and make a really good stop. Left foot on the ball, and he's done really well. We can tell you Como have now gone a goal up. Former Liverpool player Alberto Moreno has put Cesc Fabregas' team 1-0 up against Parma. That is huge there. as it will be a corner here for Juventus. They need to find a goal from somewhere. They went into the game third in the league, but as it stands, they are currently 6th in the league, which would not be enough for Champions League football. It was Conceição beforehand who was trying to beat David De Gea at the near post, but De Gea made a really good stop. It's now going to be a delivery in by Kalulu, headed at the near post, and Locatelli just heads wide of the goal as he attacked it at that near post, but disappointing end product by him. So ball comes to the edge of the box now. It's with Manas Solomon. Solomon will play it inside towards Fagioli. Fagioli is well tackled, and now maybe an opportunity for Juventus. It's Kenan Yildiz. He will fire it across to the right side. Weston McKennie out onto the right flank now with Juventus. He thought about the early shot. It's going to come all the way back to the edge of the box. It's now with Pierre Kalulu. Kalulu will hang it up to the far post. Headed by McKennie into the back of the net. But the referee is going to deny Weston McKennie the goal, because he is saying that McKennie was a little bit overzealous in the way that he competed for the ball. And he has committed a foul on Robin Gosens. Oh, it's a little nudge. You can see what the referee has seen. There's not much in it at all, though. I wonder whether VAR will have a look at it. Although I may have to say, perhaps not a clear and obvious error. There's not much in it. It's a little elbow in the back, and the German Robin Gosens has just chucked himself on the floor. And they have stood by the decision of Davide Massa. So an hour into this game, it remains Juventus 0, Fiorentina 1 here. It's a long ball up. It'll be touched down by Weston McKennie now. Goes all the way out onto the right flank as Francisco Conceição tries to drive inside. It's now with Fiorentina on the ball. Try and play it inside, and now it's Juventus in the midfield. It comes back into the central defender, Bremer. Bremer out to Lloyd Kelly. Now Andrea Cambiasso. Cambiasso with it. Just come into Jeremy Boga. Boga dances down the left side. Tries to send in a cross. That will be blocked off now, and it will be a corner, which Jeremy Boga will take. He'll go short, and it will be delivered in, cleared away by the Fiorentina defender. And it is now with Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz will cross it in, but it's a real poor cross, and it's all to where Pongracic is, and then he will clear it up for Roberto Piccoli to try and chase. Fiorentina are preparing a couple of substitutes down there. And it's Andor to Harrison, all the way back to Dodo's, under a little bit of pressure by Weston McKennie, who's a little overzealous in the way that he's challenging for the ball. It's going to be a throw. He gives it to Kenan Yildiz, and the referee's actually going to slow it all down, because he is going to say that they need to make a substitution, which they will. And it's actually going to be a triple substitution for Fiorentina. So Paolo Vanoli is going to make a couple of changes here. So we'll wait to see who the players coming off. It will be number 4, Marco Bresciani, and currently on loan from Atalanta. Just his 9th start of the season today. He makes his way off. Good performance by him. Very commanding in the midfield. We've also seen Rolando Mandragora make his way on. 28-year-old who used to play here in Turin with Juventus before making the 7 million move to Fiorentina, who was once signed by Juventus as a teenager. He was once viewed as one of Italy's technically elegant midfielders. He started pretty much every game this season, so a bit of a surprise to see Mandragora on the bench today. And we're also going to see Nicola Fagioli come off, and that is a regular starter. Another former Juventus man, Fagioli, will make his way off the pitch, and they're bringing the Icelandic striker Albert Gudmundsson onto the pitch, a man that comes from a footballing family. The 28-year-old who signed in the summer from Genoa in an 11 million deal. He's got 5 goals and 4 assists in 26 starts as Albert Gudmundsson. He is onto the pitch, and we'll also see Luca Ranieri make his way off. Perhaps a surprise to see Ranieri come off. I think he's been excellent today in the heart of the Fiorentina defence alongside Marin Pongracic. Coming on for him is Pietro Camuzzo, a young defender breaking through. One for the future in Italian football, just 21 years of age is Camuzzo, who is onto the pitch. 90th appearance today, and he will play alongside Marin Pongracic now as we enter the final 25 minutes of this game now. Sherendor has just gone off, so there is a little bit of concern as he is caught. I could tell you that Roma are 2-0 up. That is a huge result as it stands for Gasparini's team. And Gianluca Mancini has put Roma 2-0 up against Lazio now. Mancini with the goal. A huge, huge moment in that game right there. So we're back in play now. 67 minutes on the clock. It is Juventus on it. It will be delivered all the way to a far post, headed by the attacker, who can only head it into the hands of the goalkeeper, David De Gea. Decent delivery in, well met, but a good save by the goalkeeper, David De Gea, as it went down the centre of the goal. 67 minutes on the clock here. Juventus 0, Fiorentina 1. They are the only side playing right now in Italy who are competing for a Champions League spot and are currently losing. They're in the midfield. It's Juventus on it. It's going to be shifted out to the left side. It's cheaply given away, and now Dodo on the ball for Fiorentina. As Juventus is coming forward, actually hits the referee Davide Massa, and the Juventus supporters are fuming at the referee in yellow, but they've just kicked it at him. There's not much he could do about it, really. So here are Juventus on it, getting on with it quickly. Goes out to the right side now. It's with Jeremy Boga. Boga on the ball. Boga will drift inside with it now. Fiorentina players can't get anywhere near him at the moment. It's going to be out on the right side. A delivery to come in. Robin Gosens, the German, does really well, and then it'll just be a long ball up, but it will run all the way out for a throw. 68 minutes on the clock here. Let's bring you up to date with the scores on the doors. Napoli 2-0 up. Scott McTominay and Amir Ramani with the goals there. As it stands, Napoli will be second in the league. Roma are 2-0 up against Lazio, and Gianluca Mancini, the central defender, has scored both goals for Roma. Como are leading by a goal to nil. Alberto Moreno has put them 1-0 up against Parma. And AC Milan are 1-0 up against Genoa. Christopher Nkunku has scored from the spot. Here in Turin, Juventus are a goal down against Fiorentina. So as it stands, it will be Napoli second in the league on 73 points, Roma third on 70, AC Milan fourth on 70, Como will be fifth on 68, and you have to go down to Juventus in sixth on 68, and as it stands, Juventus will have to settle for a Conference League spot. So here is Jeremy Boga coming inside. He goes out to the left flank with Kenan Yildiz now. Yildiz will send a right-footed delivery and all the way to the far post. Good opportunity here for Juventus. It's followed in at the far post, and it's Dusan Vlahovic with a huge goal in the game for Juventus. And they quickly go and get the ball. They've got no time to celebrate. They know they need to win today to keep their destiny in their own hands. And it's Dusan Vlahovic with his 6th Serie A goal of the season against his former side here. And now Juventus have got 20 minutes to try and find a winner from somewhere. The Serbian is urging for his side to keep on going. But 70 minutes on the clock here. It's Juventus 1, Fiorentina 1. And that is a huge moment in the race for Champions League football. It will be checked by VAR, of course, to see whether Vlahovic was in an offside position. I think he might be. The semi-automated technology will be having a look at it. But Vlahovic and the Juventus players have turned around to their home supporters and said, come on, let's get back behind us. But all attention turns to the referee, Davide Massa, who is listening to the VAR officials to see whether Dusan Vlahovic is in an offside position here. This is nail-biting stuff here in Turin. Will this goal be denied here? Vlahovic looks nervous. Spalletti is asking for them to come to a decision a bit earlier. Fiorentina are pleading that this goal is offside. This is a massive, monumental moment in the race for Champions League football. And, well, the referee is being sent over to the screen. So, I think he's being seen whether it's offside in his opinion, because, of course, offside is offside. What has he been being asked here? He's been shown... Well, it's been shown that Vlahovic is in an offside position, and I think he's been asked whether the touch off Marin Pongracic is him playing the ball. I'm not sure it is, to be honest. So the referee's been sent to the screen. He can make his own mind up. He's going to explain it now. He's actually going to send someone off. There is going to be a red card for a member of the backroom staff, I think from the Fiorentina end. And he is announcing that after going to the VAR screen, what is he going to do? He is announcing it to the fans, and it is offside. So Dusan Vlahovic's goal will not stand. And 73 minutes on the clock here. We're back to Juventus 0, Fiorentina 1. It is a huge moment in the game. Dusan Vlahovic was in an offside position. The Juventus supporters are watching it back on their phone. They can't believe what they've seen, but I've got to say, I think it's the correct call. I've got to say well done to the VAR officials, because that would be unjust. It's the correct call in the game. He was in an offside position, and you can't say that Marin Pongracic is clearly attempted to play the ball there. It's just deflected off him. That is why the referee got sent to the screen. And we are back to Juve 0, Fiorentina 1. What a massive moment in the game here. But Juve still have 20 minutes left to find 2 goals from somewhere. Remember, a draw will probably not be enough for them today. Fiorentina come down the left side. It's Dodo who will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. There has been a change for Juventus. We have seen Andrea Cambiasso make his way off, the former Bologna man, being substituted off, and coming on for him is a Kosovan Eden Shagrova, who signed this summer from French side Lille in a 13 million deal. And Shagrova is on the winger for Juventus. And we've also seen another change. Francisco Conceição has made his way off. Conceição has played well today. Looked a real threat. The former Porto man signed this summer in a 28 million deal. And coming on for him is Kefren Thuram, a man that signed from Nice a couple of seasons ago. Son of World Cup winner Lilian Thuram, football royalty background. Started 29 games this season as Thuram, so he may be surprised to have been taken off. And well, that surely will mean that Weston McKennie started the game as an attacking midfielder, then moved to defence midfield, will now play at left fullback as they're getting more attackers on. Thuram more of an attacking midfielder. Shagrova will come to play out wide as part of that trio of him, Kenan Yildiz and Jeremy Boga behind Dusan Vlahovic. And we've also seen a change for Fiorentina. So going off for them is the German Robin Gulsens, the former Union Berlin man. He's made his way off the pitch, and coming on for him is the young defender Luis Balbo, Venezuelan, onto the pitch. He started one game, but this is his 8th appearance for Balbo, who is on. He actually signed for Porto's under-15s back in the day, the Luis Balbo, and can confirm that the red card didn't go to a backroom staff member of the Fiorentina. It actually has gone to Luca Ranieri, who started the game in defence, did Ranieri. Well, he got substituted off, and now he's received a red card, so that will be a miss for Paolo Vanoli's side. And just as I was saying that I've been incredibly impressed by his performance today, couldn't keep his mouth shut. But Juventus are coming forward now. Edin Shagrova out on the right side. Shagrova's going to deliver it in all the way towards the far post. It's a decent delivery in. It's headed away, and they are on the left side, and Dodo is caught. Davide Massa just making his way over to calm a few of the players down. David De Gea will just put the ball down as they're going to look to launch it up. It's going to go and boot it up all the way up to the top, and it's going to be bounced back towards Piccoli. Piccoli will boot it out, and it'll go all the way out for a goal kick. Michel Di Gregorio to take for his team. Luciano Spalletti stands on the edge of his dugout, preparing to send it long. It's into Bremer. Bremer will launch up towards Dusan Vlahovic, just headed away by Marin Pongracic. Free kick to be given down there. Pongracic not happy. Not exactly sure about what. It is Juventus on it. He's out to the left side now. There they are on it, and it's back with Dodo. Dodo can boot it up, and it's asking questions of Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly will get there, and Kelly will launch it up, long ball up, and it's going to run all the way through to the goalkeeper now. And it'll be picked up by David De Gea. David De Gea with a long ball up, and then it's out on the left flank, and it's out onto the left side now with Manus Solomon. Manus Solomon will cross it in, aim towards Jack Harrison, but that will be booted away. And now it's Fiorentina with it. Sherendor will Go back into Mandragora. Mandragora on it, and we'll play it up, and then it comes into Albert Gudmundsson. Albert Gudmundsson on the ball, and then it'll run all the way through after a heavy touch towards Michel Di Gregorio. He can just drop it off at the feet of his central defender. It's going to be a ball up towards Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic goes out to the left flank with Jeremy Boga now. Boga looking to run at Dodo. Boga takes a heavy touch, but he just about keeps it in play on the byline. Cross goes in, headed away by Pongracic. Now Roberto Piccoli is brought down, and the Juventus captain Manuel Locatelli clearly disagreeing with the decision as he throws his hands into the ground. He's not happy at all as he gives the free kick. Locatelli not happy at all with the decision to give the free kick there. Luciano Spalletti very frustrated. He's going to take off Lloyd Kelly. He's getting a bit of an argument with Lloyd Kelly, actually. He's screaming at him as the former Bournemouth and Newcastle United man who joined in the summer in a £15 million deal from Newcastle United makes his way off the pitch. Coming on for him is Federico Gatti, who's played here since 2022. He's only started 11 games this season, has Gatti. Final 10 minutes of the game here. Juventus still a goal down at home against Fiorentina here. Ball comes into the midfield now. It's with Locatelli. Locatelli goes all the way out to the left side with Jeremy Boga. Boga will give it to Thuram. Tries getting an early shot off. That'll be blocked off by Albert Gudmundsson. Juventus can move it out to the right side to where Pierre Kalulu is. Kalulu will just bounce it back. It is still with Juventus. It will come to Manuel Locatelli on the edge of the box. Locatelli to the edge of the box. Effort at goal. And he will just drag it wide of the goal. Will Kenan Yildiz, as it came into him, he seems frustrated. Let's bring you up to date with the other scores now. So Napoli 2-0 up away against Pisa. Scott McTominay and Amir Romani with the goals in that game. Roma are 2-0 up against Lazio. Gianluca Mancini scored both of them, and they've actually both sides gone down to 10 men. Nicola Ravella and Wesley both sent off for either side. Como are still winning by 1-0. Cesc Fabregas' team trying to complete the unbelievable Champions League qualification. Alberto Moreno with the only goal of that game. And AC Milan are now 2-0 up away against Genoa. It's Christopher Nkunku and Zachary Afakame who have scored for AC Milan, and here surprising result as Juventus are a goal down at home against Fiorentina. It's Fiorentina on the attack here. They're on the edge of the box. That's an unbelievable strike, and Fiorentina are 2 goals up, and that is one of the most unbelievable goals you will see all season long from Rolando Mandragora, who puts Fiorentina 2-0 up here. He comes over to celebrate with members of the substitutions, and Juventus are staring the prospect of not playing Champions League football next season in the face. It's Rolando Mandragora with the goal. Comes out to the edge of the box and he just bends it into the top corner, and the Violets are 2-0 up. Juventus 2 goals down, and they are the only side competing for Champions League football right now who are currently losing. And Luciano Spalletti's team, who went into the game 3rd in the division, now down to 6. Paolo Vanoli didn't celebrate. He grabbed hold of Pietro Camuzzo, shoving him away. He was fuming at Camuzzo for something. Di Gregorio, the massive goalkeeper, was unable to stop the incredible strike from the substitute Rolando Mandragora against his old employers. A man that Juventus were happy to sell for 7 million 4 years ago. And he has just bent it into the top corner here. It's Juventus 0, Fiorentina 2. Absolutely incredible. And there is quite a lot of the supporters inside Turin who are deciding to leave the stadium early. They have seen enough. Their side look like they may have to settle for Conference League qualification next season, which is not good enough for a club the size of Juventus, but they are 2 goals down here in front of 40,000 supporters. But Fiorentina 2-0 up as Jack Harrison commits a foul. The Leeds United loanee will just go into the referee's notepad, being ticked off by the referee there. Ball comes inside towards Gatti. Gatti will give it to Bremer. Bremer will lose it, and now Fiorentina may look to come forward. It'll run all the way through, and we'll come back towards Manuel Locatelli. Now it's Jeremy Boga with it. Now it's back with Boga. Boga will come all the way back towards Kalulu. That's the first yellow card of the season for Jack Harrison, I should say. Here is Kefren Thuram. Thuram on the ball. Is it out to the right flank? Come back inside. Out on the left flank now with Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz on it. Yildiz will just play it back to the edge of the box where Jeremy Boga is. Boga will deliver it in towards the far flank, and Edin Shagrova, I think, has handled it more than anything. So the referee will give the foul. Ball which was aimed towards the far post, towards Edin Shagrova, but he was unable to send it in towards goal. So what a strike that was by Rolando Mandragora, who just bent it into the top corner. Just an outstanding performance by Fiorentina today, who have really taken their opportunities here. As it will be a goal kick for David De Gea to send long. Let's bring you up to date with some of the stats from today, because both keepers have been worked pretty hard, as Fiorentina are actually in behind now. This could be an opportunity for a third. It is going to be a third, and Fiorentina are 3 goals up now, but they have been denied by the flag of Stefano Elasio. Davide Massa puts his arm up in the air to indicate that he'd gone a little bit early. I've just seen it back on the screen in front of us. It's very tight, I tell you. But Schur and Dorr thought that he'd given Fiorentina a 3-goal lead. It has been confirmed offside, so 88 minutes on the clock now. Juventus coming forward. It's lost as Juventus have dominated the ball today, 58% of it. They've had more than double the amount of shots as Fiorentina, 22. Fiorentina have had 10, 8 on target from the host, 4 from Fiorentina, but just not has quite worked out for Juventus today. Manuel Locatelli has covered every blade of grass, but so has Schur and Dorr. It's been a real interesting battle between those two midfielders as it comes all the way back to Bremer now. Bremer will just go back towards Gatti. Gatti will play a 1-2. He's out on the right flank, and it's going to be a long ball up towards Dusan Vlahovic, who just can't hold on to it now. And then it's going to go all the way forward and headed away by Marin Pongracic. Pongracic will launch it up in the air. And it's going to be blocked off, and now it's with number 13, Jeremy Boga, and it's an unconventional save by David De Gea, just pushing the ball away for his side. Is it Benton into that left side? He's able to push away for his team. Goes all the way up and will be headed on and headed away down there, and he's going to run out for a goal kick. Dusan Vlahovic thought he'd found the equaliser for his team, but he was denied by the offside flag. You are going to see a change for Juventus, and it's the Turkish international Kenan Yildiz, who was actually born in Germany. He will make his way off. He's had a good season this campaign, 10 goals, 7 assists in 33 starts, but Yildiz makes his way off, and coming on for him is Fabio Moretti. He's 22 years of age. He's only started 5 games this season. As Moretti spent last season out on loan at Genoa. So we're all about to find out how much additional time we've got left to play here. We're into 7 minutes at the end of the game, so Juventus have got to find 2 goals to try and salvage something in the final 7 additional minutes of this game. As Manuel Locatelli will just launch it up. It's going to be headed by Camuzzo, and Fiorentina will be able to clear away. There perhaps might be an opportunity for them to break forward. But Goodmanson sees it go out, then brings the ball back onto play, just to delay. Here is Locatelli. Locatelli comes forward, gets it from Gatti. He'll clip it up towards Gatti, who's now gone forward as the target man up top. It's crossed in towards Jeremy Boga. Oh, that is nasty. It's a challenge that goes in by Federico Gatti. He goes in for the ball. Pongracic puts his head down, and it looked like he almost kind of stabbed him with his foot in the head. I'm not sure there's too much contact in it there, so thankfully the Croatian Marin Pongracic is able to get back up onto his feet. But it was Federico Gatti who just tried to chuck every limb at the ball, but it is blocked off, and it will now be a free kick for David De Gea to take. So De Gea will put the ball down for his team. Long ball goes up. It's headed on. And then it will run all the way through back to Federico Gatti. We'll give it to Michel Di Gregorio. Out on the right side now, and it's going to be clipped all the way up and comes out to the edge of the box. Now out on the right flank with Eden Shagrova. Shagrova with it. He'll go back out on the right side now. Delivery goes in all the way to the far post. Headed back across goal. Comes out to the edge of the box, and now an opportunity perhaps for Fiorentina to break forward here. Right, it's out on the right flank now. It's going to be an effort by Eden Shagrova, and then it's blocked off, comes out for a shot by the captain Manuel Locatelli, and he doesn't have any sort of composure as he just fires it over the ball. And it will go out for a goal kick. Albert Goodmanson has just picked up a yellow card for delaying the restart. That's his 4th yellow card of the season. See that Sharon Dorr was offside when the ball was played through to him before. So one ball goes up, headed away by Bremer. Bremer on it. Now it's across to Jeremy Boga. Jeremy Boga will give it to Weston McKennie. He's now playing at left full back here. Now out on the left side. Comes up towards Albert Gudmundsson. Opportunity perhaps for Fiorentina to break forward. Out on the left side now. Bounce it away. They look pretty comfortable on the ball at the moment. Into the final 3 minutes. Now it's back across and it will be blocked off, and now an opportunity perhaps for Juventus to come forward. Will now cross it all the way in. It's going to be headed away, and then it's an opportunity perhaps with them now out on the right side. And then it's just going to be blocked off, and Catherine Thuram a little bit late with a foul as he catches the Fiorentina man. The performance by them today. So they've worked really, really hard, have Fiorentina. Ball is clipped all the way up. Will be headed away out on the right flank. It's clipped on, and now it's out on the left side. Comes towards the attacker now. Piccoli gives it to Gudmundsson. Now Boga will carry it forward. There is Boga. And Dodo will win it back from Moretti, and just brings Moretti down, so it'll be a free kick for Juventus. As Luciano Spalletti looks on, what a disappointing day it has been for his team. We can tell you that Roma are still winning 2-0 against Lazio. Gianluca Mancini with both goals that game. Como are still winning by a goal to 0 against Parma. What a story that would be if Cesc Fabregas's team could qualify for the Champions League. They are 1-0 up, courtesy of the early goal of the game from Alberto Moreno. AC Milan are 2-1 up away against Genoa. It is Christopher Nkunku and Zachary Afakami who have scored for them. Joan Vasquez has got a goal back for Genoa, which means, as it stands, despite coming into the game third in the league, they are falling down to 6 are Juventus. Napoli in second with 73. They will seal Champions League qualification today. Roma in third on 70. AC Milan in fourth on 70. Como fifth in 68. And Juventus down in the Conference League spots in 6th. 68, 10 points clear of Atalanta. Fiorentina will move up to 15th in the league, 10 points clear of Cremonese, who are in the 18th spot. 1 point. It really did look like Fiorentina were going to be playing in Serie B next season. Not long left to go of this match now, as it'll just run all the way through. Michel Di Gregorio will put the ball down. He's going to send the long ball up. It's now with Gatti. Gatti will carry it forward for his team, and the referee Davide Massa will end it there. A disappointing day at the office for Juventus, of which they perhaps have seen Champions League qualification drop out of their hands as Fiorentina, the bearer of bad news, as they win 2-0 here at the Juventus Stadium.